With the Tesla Model 3 set to come out sometime, depending on where you are in the queue, anticipation is high among consumers who want to get their hands on Tesla's first mass-market car, or at least its most affordable one yet. The Model 3, which starts at $35,000, isn't for sale to the masses yet. Many folks have put down $1,000 deposits on the car and, due to Tesla's production delays, most of them are still waiting for the chance to actually buy a Model 3. But some early reviews are in. The latest well-known auto review organization, Edmunds, has come out with its initial take on the Model 3, and while it's not a thumbs down by any stretch, it's also one that says the car has a few wrinkles that Tesla needs to iron out. Dan Edmunds, director of vehicle testing at Edmunds, said, Tesla's scramble to increase its Model 3 production seems to have adversely affected Model 3 build quality, at least on the basis of our tiny sample of one. Body panel gaps are inconsistent, reflecting a lack of attention to detail, and this applies not only to our own car but even to Model 3s we've seen on display. Edmunds went on to say that after bringing the Model 3 to Edmunds testing facilities, the car was found to have a cracked vanity mirror and its driver's seat shell was broken. The car, loaded with touchscreens, eventually suffered so many technical glitches that we've had to do the equivalent of a Windows PC CTRL-Alt-Del reboot of the all-important touchscreen about a dozen times. Edmunds was also critical of Tesla's service department's response to his car's issues, saying that it was difficult to get a service appointment, drive-up appointments weren't welcome, and parts had to be ordered solely upon photographs and without anyone actually seeing the car. Edmunds said, weeks later, we're still waiting for word and it's hard to get answers. Still, Edmunds said that the Model 3 drove well and he praised its 310-mile-long battery life. However, Edmunds noted that Tesla is currently only producing Model 3s with the more expensive 310-mile battery, and production of the Model 3 with a less expensive 220-mile battery remains months away. Edmunds said, the new Model 3 sets a new standard for what an affordable electric vehicle can be. But initial problems highlight Tesla's inexperience with mass-market production. Edmunds' mixed review is similar to a recent one by Consumer Reports, which liked the Model 3's handling but not its stiff ride.
New Nissan Leaf, an electric car that symbolizes the strategy of intelligent mobility, the highest possible rating, 5 stars according to the test results of the Japanese program, New Car Assessment, JNCAP. Contribution to the appreciation of their Leaf electric car has made the system Autonomous Driving Pro Pilot, received 94.8 points out of 100 for the safety of passengers in a collision. Nippon New Car Assessment, JNCAP, organized by the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, Transport and Tourism of Japan, together with the Japanese National Organization of Automotive Safety and Assistance to Road Traffic Victims, NASVA. The new Nissan Leaf, which embodies the strategy of the Nissan Intelligent Mobility, is equipped with many cutting-edge devices and security systems. Sales of this electric car begin in October 2017, in Japan. It will be presented in more than 60 markets around the world. The number of devices and systems active and passive safety, which provided the new Nissan Leaf a rating of 5 stars are, rigid supporting body structure, 6 airbags, seat with reinforced head restraints and backrest frames and seat belts with pre-tensioners and force limiters, front seats and side seats in the back seat. In addition, the new Nissan Leaf JNCAP passed the test for protection against electric shock. This test shows to what extent electric cars protect passengers from electric shock in case of an accident. The Nissan Leaf battery is installed with a housing that protects it from damage. The layout of the vehicle and the supporting structure of the body prevents contact of the passengers with parts under high voltage. In addition, In the event of an accident, activates the high-voltage device cut-off current. The Nissan Leaf, introduced in 2010, is the most popular electric car in the world. The new model features a range of modern systems. This, in particular, the ProPilot system for autonomous driving on one lane on the motorway and parking system ProPilot Park. In addition, Leaf is equipped with electronic pedal e-pedal, which allows the driver to accelerate or decelerate the vehicle by operating only the accelerator pedal. Nissan continues to develop electric cars and autonomous driving, improving safety, control and convenience, and part of its strategy, Nissan Intelligent Mobility. It reflects the company vision of the future of transport: what is the source of energy for vehicles, how they move and how to integrate into society.
Subaru has opened up pre-orders for its newest vehicle, the 2019 Ascent. The new 3-row SUV comes with CarPlay standard and joins some of the company's other vehicles to offer Apple's in-car platform. Subaru previously made CarPlay a standard feature on the 2018 Crosstrek and also brought Apple's in-car platform as an option to its popular legacy sedan. The carmaker first brought standard CarPlay to its 2017 Impreza. Subaru showed off the 2019 Ascent at the LA Auto Show in November last year, and the company has now released pricing and details on the largest ever Subaru. The 2019 Ascent comes in 4 trim levels starting at $31,995, and Apple's CarPlay and Android Auto comes standard with the 6.5-inch Subaru Starlink multimedia system. The SUV also has 4 USB ports and 19 cup holders. With the 3 higher trim levels, customers will get an 8-inch Subaru Starlink multimedia system for an even larger CarPlay experience. The highest trim level, Touring, features Harman Kardon speakers, a 120-volt outlet, 8 USB ports and more.
The Model 3 is Tesla's most affordable electric car, with a promised starting price of $35,000. Hundreds of thousands of Americans have put down a $1,000 deposit for one. Almost all of them are still waiting for the chance to order. At Edmunds, however, we've purchased and taken delivery of one of the first Model 3s out. And we've driven it more than 3,000 miles so far. Some early owners of Tesla's Model 3 are reporting quality problems. Do buyers care? It's not our first Tesla. We've previously bought and conducted 18-month tests of the Model S sedan and the Model X SUV. We've sampled most other electric vehicles on the market too. Here's what we can say so far about living with our Tesla Model 3 sedan. We're going to get this out of the way first. Tesla's scramble to increase its Model 3 production seems to have adversely affected Model 3 build quality, at least on the basis of our tiny sample of one. Body panel gaps are inconsistent, reflecting a lack of attention to detail, and this applies not only to our own car, but even to Model 3s we've seen on display. After we brought ours home, we discovered it also had a cracked vanity mirror and a broken driver's seat shell. In our first 6 weeks, we've had to do the equivalent of a Windows PC's Ctrl-Alt-Del reboot of the all-important touchscreen about a dozen times. We've called a Tesla service center about the problems, but have had difficulty getting an appointment. Drive-ups were not welcome, so our parts were ordered based on photographs alone. Weeks later, we're still waiting for word and it's hard to get answers. The Model 3's minimalist interior is dominated by its huge central touchscreen. There are no gauges, no knobs and no switches except for door-mounted window controls. It looks clean and futuristic, but ease of use isn't as stellar. Certain controls are accessed from a couple of multi-axis roller buttons on the steering wheel. For just about everything else, you'll be reaching for the touchscreen to access wiper controls, adjust cruise control speed, and even to switch between modes on the audio system. You get used to it, but this approach increases the chances of driver distraction. The Model 3 doesn't play well with smartphones either. It lacks Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, two systems that easily integrate many of your phone's apps with the vehicle. And its USB ports cannot deliver any music, audiobook or podcast files from your phone to the audio system. The only way to listen to your media files is to stream them using Bluetooth audio. Those issues aside, we enjoy driving the Model 3. It feels sorted and sporty when you're driving around turns, and the electric motor delivers plenty of thrust. It's dramatically quicker and more engaging to drive than other popular EVs, such as the BMW i3 and the Chevrolet Bolt. The premium feel experienced in the Model S and the Model X is also present. Currently, Tesla is only building rear-wheel drive Model 3 sedans with the expensive 310-mile long-range battery. The smaller battery and its purported 220-mile range and $35,000 price are still some months away. Edmunds paid $56,000 for its fully loaded Model 3. At first, we were ready to conclude that it's not worth paying more for the big battery. In a regular gasoline car, 300 miles feels like a minimum because no one likes to stop for gas often. By contrast, you can charge an electric car at home every night, and at that point, 220 miles is more than enough for daily use. But there are reasons to go big. Of course, it's an advantage for those who drive farther than average or can't charge every day. But it also has to do with charging speed at Tesla's network of superchargers. If you've got a Model 3 with a bigger battery, you won't need to spend as much time hooked up to a supercharger station. Because charge rates slow down as batteries get closer to full, it actually takes less time to bring a 310-mile battery up to 200 miles of range, which is likely all you'll need to get to the next station, than doing the same with the smaller 220-mile battery. The difference could amount to 15 minutes or more per stop, which could really add up during an extended road trip. Edmunds says, Tesla does things differently, which is both a strength and a weakness. The new Model 3 sets a new standard for what an affordable electric vehicle can be. But initial problems highlight Tesla's inexperience with mass-market production. This story was provided to the Associated Press by the automotive website Edmunds. Dan Edmunds, no relation, is the director of vehicle testing at Edmunds.